American by birth, citizen by the grace of God. Grandma said it was going to snow tomorrow. That was yesterday. You don't need to go far to look for service. All you need is to look out your window. Before you look out your window, look out your home. It starts where you sleep. Then it moves outward from there, next at your block, and then on to your neighborhood. From there it emanates to your town or city. It spirals upward to your state and then your greater region, until finally it arrives at your nation. After this is a nirvana state of consciousness, which is an individual's responsibility to make the world better. This is a story about a shovel. I woke up this morning and looked out my window. I saw two girls tiptoeing through the snowdrifts where the sidewalk is supposed to be. Wednesday is also the day my grandmother goes bowling. I knew what I had to do. Her high average and first place league position depended on my ability to clear a path to the bowling alley. I happily obliged. I bundled up, threw on my thermal underwear, and proceeded outside. I decided to clear the backyard and driveway first, in case she wanted to take the car in the garage. There's another car in the driveway she could take, but I hate to think of her being trapped. As my father says, it's a poor rat that only has one hole to crawl up in. So I shoveled, and my pants kept sagging because I wasn't wearing a belt. I tried to shovel most of it into one big pile. I made a game of it to see how big I could make the pile. When I was mostly done with the back, I decided I needed to take pictures, so I went back inside and picked up a belt and my PDA. When I stepped back into the rainy, slushy world, I couldn't help but notice that I was being watched from the front door. There are two doors to get inside the house. A metal door that has recently been painted red. In front of that is a screen door that's made of glass. The metal door was open. The glass door was closed. Grandma was watching my progress through the door. But as I looked at the block, I couldn't help but notice that looking at both ends of the street, there were people who hadn't done their part. The polite consensus during a snowstorm is that we each clear a path that connects up with someone else's path. When all the paths are connected, the block is clear, and crossing is much easier for pedestrians. There are always those who don't do their part. The lines go for a certain point and stumble upon the neglect of a few individuals. Then local kids will go door to door and shovel snow for a price, but payment in coin was not the recompense I was looking for. I wanted clean lines from one end of the block to the other. I left my house, half finished, and proceeded down one end of the block, clearing a path of whatever snow was in my way. It was messy work because the snow-slush mix was all over the place, but I managed to get it done. On my way to do the other end, I received a call from my PDA from my grandmother's cell. She asked where I was, and I said I was down the block shoveling. She said you didn't need to do that down there. She asked why I was down there when I hadn't finished our house. She said it was raining and that I needed to get out of there before I catch a cold. I responded that I was wearing thermal underwear and that I was warm. I said that I hadn't forgotten about our home and that when I was finished where I would shovel our house. In regards to the need, I said this. It doesn't really matter about need. It should be done, and I'm doing it. I'll see you at home soon. I made my way back and cleared a line in the other direction, skipping my house until last. When I felt satisfied with my work, I went back and cleared the walkways in front of the house. I cleared off the black Honda in the driveway and thought to go inside. I looked back and realized that she would have to back the car out into a street that had snow in it, so I took a deep breath and shoveled the street. I remember when I was on a road trip to Alabama that we had stopped at some gift shop attached to a filling station along the way. I saw this cool trucker hat. I was really into novelty items in those days. I suppose I still am. It was gray, almost silver hat. It had two flags that were crossing each other. One was U.S. flag and the other Confederate. The words above the flags said, American by birth, but Southern by the grace of God. My rebuttal is this. American by birth, citizen by the grace of God. Diamond.